Okay, we're looking at page 14 now at number 33. We're still working with our quarter notes and eighth notes. Let's look at the first measure of 33. We have quarter note, eighth, 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 which is counted 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So let's do that together now, all the way through. It's just the same thing repeated with the metronome. 1, 2, ready, now. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, rest. So keep backing that up and going over it. All the measures were the same except the last measure of the first line of 33 and the last measure of 33. They gave you a chance to look down to the next line. This is number 34, and in number 34 we have the eighth notes all at the beginning with a quarter note at the end of the measure. Every measure is the same except the last one of each line. So we have eighth, 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 quarter, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, all the way through. So let's do that together. 1, 2, ready, now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, rest. So keep backing that up and going through. Okay, we're looking at line 35, still in 4/4 time, still mixing quarter notes and eighth notes. Look at the first measure. We have eighth, 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 quarter, eighth, eighth. So it's counted 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and. And we repeat that rhythm for most of the measures. So let's do that with the metronome. 1, 2, ready, now. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and rest. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, rest. So keep backing that up and going over it until you're sure you have these worked out smooth and even. Okay, this is line 36. We have eighth, eighth, quarter, eighth, 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 eighth. And that's repeated like all the other lines all the way through the line. This will be counted 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. So let's do that together with the metronome. 1, 2, ready, now. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2, 3, rest. So we need to keep backing that up and going over it until we have it even and smooth, and we're ready to go on to solo 9. Now we're looking at solo 9. Solo 9 is in 2/4 time. So that 2/4 time tells us that there's 2 beats in every measure instead of 3 or 4. So we're counting this 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. So we never go more than a 2 in the beats. So let's look at the first line. We have quarter note, eighth, eighth. So it's counted. Do this with me. Ready? Now. 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. 1, and 2, and 1. 2, and 1, and 2, 1, rest. So keep going back and through that until you have it worked out. Now look at line 2. Still in 2/4. Ready? And now. 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and. And keep going through that until you have it worked up. Then the third line. Now we have some rest thrown in. Here we go. Third line. Now. 1 and 2 and 1. 2 and 1 and rest. 1 and rest. 1 and 2 and 1. 2 and 1 and rest. Rest. 2 and. And the last line, the fourth line. Ready, begin. 1, 2 and rest. 2 and rest. 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1. 2 and rest. 2 and 1 and 2. So now after you go over this several times, one line each, then we're ready to put the whole thing together with the metronome. So here we go. I'll give you 1, 2, ready, and I'll give you 4 counts. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, now. 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. 1, and 2, and 1. 2, and 1, and 2, 1, rest. 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. 1, and 2, and 1. 2, and 1, and 2. 1, and 2, and 1. 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1. 2, and 1, and rest. 1 and rest. 1 and 2 and 1. 2 and 1 and rest. Rest. 2 and 1. 2 and rest. 2 and 1. 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1. 2 and rest. 2 and 1 and 2. So keep going through that until you have that worked out to where you're even with the eighth notes and keeping the beat steady, and you can go from line to line without getting lost.